Okay, so I'm sorry I can't join you on the last lecture of the course for the semester, but duty calls. And so I'm going to talk to you today on the final topic, which is called the influence of media on personal institutions and behavior. So anyway, we're going to talk about how the media affects our political institutions and behavior and really what media outlets have, how they have adapted their content delivery to suit our preferences, which has led in ultimately to an increased narrowness and partisanship in media reporting. So through Twitter, television, or websites, media outlets often champion a specific point of view, which results in bias. All right, what is media bias? We know that it's not new, but we know now that with the use of machine learning and algorithms, it's become harder to detect. Algorithms now determine what news stories we are likely to enjoy, which serves us content which aligns with our existing beliefs. And this can create what's referred to as an echo chamber, where individuals only consume news that reinforces their own perspectives. There used to be something called a fairness doctrine, a really interesting concept. It required news outlets of the past to provide competing perspectives on important issues, but it was abolished in the 1980s. And from that abolishment has led to much more hyper partisan speech on the airwaves. How can we detect media bias? It can be challenging, but there's two ways to approach it. First, we can look at the ideological preferences of the reporters themselves. And many studies have shown that journalists tend to be more lean democratic, more liberal. Secondly, we can analyze the character of the reporting itself. For instance, liberal reporters often portray Democrats as being bipartisan compromisers, while they portray Republicans as stubborn, and conservative reporters would tend to depict Republicans as defenders of American values and Democratic reporters as undermining them. What about the media as a corporation? So it's essential to understand that media companies are primarily for-profit entities. Their goal is not necessarily to leave a well-informed and critically thinking populace, but rather to keep us engaged and watching. Media ownership also influences news reporting. For example, cable news networks such as CNN and Fox News tailor their programming to appeal to specific audiences. These networks claim to present their facts fairly and balanced, but it can be confusing for citizens who struggle to discern partisan ideological slants. So, what about social media activism? Many people believe that social media has increased participation in activism. While it's provided an outlet for political engagement. Malcolm Gladwell's article, Small Change Why the Revolution Will Not Be Tweeted, challenges this notion that that social media has increased participation in activism. That means getting out and really talking to people and being very energized in the political scene here. However, what Gladwell says is that strong ties are formed through close relationships where individuals are bound to a cause, but weak ties prevalent in social media often inspire causes that require minimal effort. So there's an ongoing debate about the effectiveness of social media in creating meaningful societal change. To summarize that, I mean, a lot of people just sit at home and they're kind of on the internet and they're just clicking, going ahead. And in fact, maybe they're getting energized to a certain degree, but the argument is that they don't go out and activate that energy. They just kind of sit around and let it kind of fester inside of them. So anyway, the media plays a significant role in shaping our political institutions and our behavior. The form of media, whether it's traditional through social platforms, it influences our perspectives and the information we consume. And media bias is often driven by algorithms and ideological preferences, which can contribute to the creation of so-called echo chambers, meaning we listen to the same thing, messaging that confirms our already maybe biased beliefs and creates more partisan division.